Hello Internet people. In this video, I'll show you how to install AdSense on your WordPress website. And we're going to use a plugin just because it's so much easier to just install it and then you can choose where to display the ads. And there's so many options there and it's super easy.
It's showtime.
Tips with Punch.
Alright, first we will sign up for AdSense account. Then I will show you how to set up two different ad units, one in the sidebar and one inside the article, as these are added to the site differently. And I'll show at the end how you can test that these ads work. To start with Google AdSense, we actually need to have a Google account. So if you don't have one, check out the description. I have a video how to set it up. It's super easy. But most of us have it, so let's get started. Just go to Google and type in Google AdSense and then select the one here. It says AdSense Start. This is the international site. Basically, you need to click on Get Started. It could be this one or this one. It depends on your language as well. And here, you need to enter your domain name of your site where you want to display the Google Ads and also your email. And if you allow AdSense to send you stuff by email. One thing to note is that AdSense is per person. So if you have already AdSense account, do not create another one. Just link those accounts together, because if you do create two accounts, Google might ban both of your accounts basically. So don't do it. It's not really wise. Arnie will demonstrate what Google will do to your account.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
That's why just fill in this form if you don't have AdSense. But since I have it, I'm gonna log in. Now you land at this Google AdSense homepage, and here is some data that you will have later on where it displays how much you earned per day, per month, whatever. This is a quick view. Let's get started by creating a site. So go from home to sites and then add a site. Type in your domain name. And then it'll ask you to add this code to your website. Now, the plugin will do this for us, so we don't need to actually grab this. We'll later on need this one, but I'll show you how to do it. Don't worry about it now. And then once it's done, you need to click on Submit.
Oh, really?
So here they just notify you that it takes a few days for them to confirm this site, so you need to get actually approved for AdSense. So this, they claim it'll take few days to up to 2 weeks. For me, it took about 4 days, and then you get an email that you are approved, and then a few hours later, your ads start running. So we're gonna actually set up those ads so that once you get approval, those ads will work automatically. So you don't need to do anything after that. So if we go back, you can see here that the site is actually getting ready. So this will be the status until your account is actually approved. And once it's approved, it will look like this. You can see ready, and this means that this site can now run AdSense. So you can start making money. So next, let's create an ad unit. So go to Ads, and then click here by Ad Unit, and we're gonna do Display Ads. Now, you can have a square, horizontal, or vertical. I'm gonna go with the square one because I want to place this in the sidebar on my website. And just keep it responsive so that it adjusts the size based on your website. Then click on Create. Oh, I forgot the unit name. Sidebar unit. Just give it a name and then create it. Right, now this is the code you'll need to place in WordPress. Now we could place it directly in sidebar. Since we want to create more than one ad unit, so there'll be many units on one page. So one for sidebar, one inside the content, and maybe one in the top. Then we'll need to place this code into a plugin. But you could just place this into a widget and do it that way. If I sound like this,
You are not you. You're me.
it'll make more sense at the end of the video. Don't worry. So let's go to the dashboard of WordPress and we need to install a plugin. So just go to plugins, add new, and type Google Adsense. Now there's two really good options, and it's this advanced ads and ad inserter. This one seemed to have more functionality, but I found that it's not as clear as this one. So I'm gonna install this one just because it has a bit more clearer interface, and I think it just makes more sense. Most of us don't need all these little details that this plugin adds. So let's install this one, Advanced Ads, and once it's done, activate it. And here on this page you can see it prompts you to do something. So let's create a first ad. So let's give it a name. It will be sidebar Adsense. And you can see you can place just plain text and code. Some of the networks needs this, but I think it's easier to just put Adsense here. Then you need to add slot ID, which you can actually get here. Data add slot, just add that one. Copy. Paste it here. Make it responsive. And then click on next.
No problemo.
So on this page, we don't actually need to do it. You could exclude this from some pages, but I'm gonna keep it there for now. And then if you need to add, you can hide this for certain devices or maybe logged in visitors. And then if you get the Pro feature, you can actually exclude it for certain languages or even geolocations and things like that. But for now, I don't think we need this. Just skip it and click on next. And on this page, we actually can choose where to display this one. I want to display it in the sidebar, so let's choose that one. And you can see that there's this available widget, advanced ads. That's what we need. Let's just choose this one and move it to sidebar. And I'm gonna put it under recent post. So it's not the first thing you see, but it's the second. Oh yeah, and don't forget to select the ad, which ad you want to display here. So click the one you want, sidebar Adsense, and then click on save. This is a lot of settings, but could be worse. You could be stuck like this guy. All right, and let's get back to advanced ads. Now you can see if you go on the overview page, there's some info here, but what we need is the ads page actually. And here is the sidebar Adsense. Let's keep editing it. And here you can see there's more options to choose how the ad will be displayed. So for example, you can have it left aligned, center aligned, or right aligned. Just keep the default because it's in the sidebar. And there's some other things you can add here. For now, we don't need to add any other things here, but it's complaining that we actually don't have AdSense publisher ID is missing. So let's get that straightened out. So go to settings and under AdSense. So we can configure it manually. All we need is AdSense account, and you can get it from Google AdSense here. And this is the client ID that you need. Just grab it, copy, and then come here. Oh, and they mention here that it must start with pub. So let's remove the CA part and then connect to AdSense.
I have my orders.
Good for you, Arnie. Good for you. Then just connect it to AdSense. Copy this code and place it in your dashboard. And then check this checkbox, and this will insert the verification code into your website. So submit the code. And then just save settings on this page. All right, and just before we do anything, I need to clear my cache. because I have a caching plugin. If you don't have this, then you don't need to do it. But if you have any caching plugin, just clear the cache. And now go to your website. All right, and this is my home page, and you can see that I have a block here, and then there's this white empty block here. This is actually where the ad will start showing up. But for now, there's nothing there because it takes Google some time to analyze your website and see which kind of ads you want to show. But if you right click and inspect element, you can actually see it's Google, something that Google is trying to do. So Google Ads frame 1. So that's good. Later I have to play around with this height because I'm not sure why it's so long. It should be a square, but for you, depending on your theme, this should work better.
You lie!
And just for variation, let's create an in-article ad. So click on that one. And here you actually can see how it will look like. There's an example here. So what you can do is actually style some of these elements to look like a bit more like your site. So first of all, give it a name. In ad article top. And then you have some options here and also the styling. So I'm going to keep everything else the same. This is fine for me. So let's save and get the code. And you can see here again, for the plugin, we just need this ad slot. So let's grab that one, copy it. And then let's go back to the WordPress. And here under ads, click on it. And then let's create a new one. And again, let's click Adsense ad. And there's a few options here. Now, because the plugin is attached to our Google Adsense, you actually can see which ones are available. You can just select this one here. Okay, there's some issue with this one right now. You're probably thinking,
Come back.
don't worry, it will work. Let's insert new Adsense code. Let's grab it, the whole thing, copy the code, and then place it here. Get details. So it's telling us that it's unsupported. Let's see if that works out. Next. Not gonna hide for anybody. Next. We're gonna select the where it's gonna appear. As you can see, there are multiple options. And I would like to actually add it somewhere inside, before the content, inside the content, and after content. I'm going to add it to content. After which paragraph, I'm going to place it, let's say 15 paragraphs down. Okay. It's saying that it should be visible on the front end. Again, clear the cache. And then go to the article, refresh the page, and let's inspect this element. And you can see here there's this white space, and actually this is the ad that it's going to display, but for now it doesn't display yet. And after 4 days, when my AdSense was approved, this is how my homepage looked like. You can see when I scroll down, there's some ads here, and also inside the articles, there'll be ads, at least at the bottom here. And sometimes also they appear on the top. And so that's about it. It's quite easy to start with AdSense, but just don't have too high hopes for it. It's not really a big revenue generator unless you have like millions of people visiting your site. And you can start chilling like this guy. My name is Robert, and if this is your first time here and you want to learn more about how to improve your website, get more traffic, and other website related stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Here are 2 videos that I think you should watch next. Whoosh!